Hello, today we are looking at how to type math and how to use the Kami equation tool. When you open a PDF file using Kami, or any file using Kami, you can use their tools to edit and make changes. But first, let's look at our keyboard and see which math functions we can use our keyboard to type. So as you can see, there are many different things on the keyboard that we can use to type math. Our greater than and less than symbols are here. We can use a slash to represent division or fractions. We can use brackets when we're looking at multifunction problems. Also, our addition and equal sign are here. There's a minus sign on the dashes. We have parentheses that we can use. We can use an asterisk to multiply, so we can use that instead of a multiplication. And also the up caret can be used to show exponents, and I'll show you that in just a moment. We also have dollar signs and percentage signs, and then the bar going up and down is our absolute value bar. So as you can see, there are a lot of things we can do to type on the keyboard or to replace the symbols that we're used to using, such as the division symbol or multiplication symbol. So when we're typing multiplication, we can use an X, that's what we're used to from school, but the X can be confusing when you're getting into algebra and using variables like X to represent an unknown number. So instead we can use as we get into higher levels of math, we use parentheses to show multiplication. So 5 times 6 would be represented by 5 with 6 in a parenthesis to show multiplication. We can also, when we're typing math, we can use an asterisk symbol instead of the X or multiplication symbol. That's universally recognized as a replacement for multiplication. When we're typing division, the division symbol is not available on the keyboard, the one we're used to with the line with the 2 dots like we have here showing on the equation tool. So we can just simply type a slash to make it into a fraction. Remember, a fraction is a division problem, so 1/2 or 1/2 is the same as 1 divided by 2. So in this case, 5/6 or 5/6 is equivalent to 5 divided by 6. So this is how we can type it on our keyboard. We can also use the equation tool in Kami to do our math problems. So the way that this works is we click on the equation tool, then we click on the document, and then we select the symbol that we want to insert. So let's try that. So click on the equation tool, it comes up with this toolbar. Click on the pi symbol or whatever symbol shows up there to give you the panel of all the symbols that you can use. And you can see here that we have the most recently used symbols will show up on the top in green, but you also have a whole catalog of symbols available to you here, including our division symbol, pi. We have the ability to use radicals for squaring or for higher level radicals. There are also options for doing fractions through here, approximately equal to, greater than and equal to, less than and equal to, as well as our regular less than or greater than symbols. We have not approximately equal to. So there's a lot of different symbols that are available here that we might use in math. I'm going to choose some of the more common ones. So if we didn't want to use a slash for division, I might choose to do division. So I'm going to click here to start a box and say I wanted to do 5 divided by 6. I would type 5, use the division symbol, and then 6. And then I can use the equal symbol here as well, or I can type it on my keyboard. Some of the other symbols that you might use that need a little bit of explanation would be the fraction symbol. So it automatically pops it in, so I could do 5 and then click on the bottom part and do 6. But if I am using the equation tool and I type 5/6, it automatically puts it in that format for the fraction. If I'm doing a radical, a square root, or a cubed root, I can choose this radical with the x, and that automatically gives me a square root, and I can put the number underneath the radical sign, so if I want the square root of 3. But let's say I need a cubed root of something. That one won't work because it doesn't let me change the number over top of the radical. So instead I use this in radical x button, and notice there are 2 gray boxes here. So I have one at the top where I can change it to a 3, and I have one at the bottom that I could change it to. So this would be the cube root of 3. There is the ability on here as well to do like subscript on things, as well as the degree symbol. If you're doing like 50 degrees, you would put the little circle above it. I do want to show you how to do an exponent in Kami. The easiest way I've found is not with the equation tool, but instead we use a tool at the top of our Kami screen. I'm going to change to my text box and put a text box in here. And notice there's a menu that popped up as soon as I started that text box up at the top. So if I wanted to do 4 to the power of 3, I could type 4, click this X with the little 2 up on the top, and it automatically allows me to position that 3 up and to the right to show an exponent. The other way we can show an exponent is using a caret tool. Now I have to remember to unclick that exponent or the upper number there. If I want to show this number 4 to the power of 3, I can also show it by using the up arrow caret on the keyboard on number 6 to use that symbol followed by a 3. And these are both acceptable for doing exponents. If you needed to type out the words, you might say 4 to the power of 3 if you were unable to access the symbols. Okay, I think that will get you started on using equation tools in Kami. Good luck, and don't forget to ask for help if you have any difficulties navigating these tools.